What's up? What's up? What's up? Beautiful people out there in YouTube land. It is your man, the wolf himself. Happy Easter to everybody out there. All right. Happy Easter, happy holidays, whatever you believe in. I don't know if what else is going on, but for those people who do celebrate, enjoy it. All right. Enjoy each other. Enjoy your life. That is the biggest thing here. All right, so for those of you guys who don't know, I'm sliding into A6's 8 o'clock slot, at least 8 o'clock Central. Man is taking care of some business. So I am your man of the hour, all right, or however long we stay on tonight. So, all right, Mike says, woo, yeah, there it is. All right, let's see, we got Julie. We got Reverend Robert. Fred Mitchell's in the house. All right, we got DEA, Dia. We got Corey, Sophia. Passive income. All right. I'm recognizing some of these names. All right, so it's 6 o'clock in LA. LA? All right. Got Hector. Got Dre. Lisa Martin. What's going on, everybody? Carissa's in the house. If you guys would ever be so kind as to hit that thumbs up button. You guys have been doing really great on that, so thank you. Got Brian, Vic. Yep, recognizing some of the favorites. Y'all on it. Hopefully I'm not taking you guys away from eating some fabulous food right now, because I just decided to jump on. A6 said he had an open slot, so we're going to kind of run it A6 style a little bit today. All right, so a little bit of business. Going to go over some interesting things. We got Don, Civic Maker, Kevin Picard. I love the last name, Picard. Nobody 25. All right. Deborah, Daniel. I see all you guys out there. Imperial, Sharon. See, I think I said Brian, but if not, we'll say it again. Nefertiti, Darnell, and Dre. What's going on, everybody? All right. So, yes, we are 4/9/2023, and it is Easter Sunday. So, may whatever God or faith or religion you practice take care of you guys all and guide your path safely. All right. So we got Stop Looking, Artistry, Kenneth Keefe. Yeah. All right. So the truth is here says, how do we force the State Division of Motor Vehicle Department to delete our information from their databases? My driver's license revoked, preventing me from using the roadway after it was canceled. So yeah, it's really hard to get them to delete that. We have a letter that we do send in. I think it's on blacksite32.com in the free docs section. So if you guys have not been there lately, go check it out. I'm trying to add more files as we go. First of all, I would put a copyright on it, whether it's common law or a commercial copyright on it. And then I would give them notice. And then after that, sue them in court. All right. You can send in the letter. So you've got usually your DMV. And then you also have the National Drivers Registry, the NDR. All right. So the NDR will not delete it by your request. The issuing state has to do it. So I would also contact the Attorney General for your state and the Secretary of State and make that request. Do the administrative way first and then take them to court. Tell them they're using your information and it's being used against you in a negative way. We do have some other things in the mix that you could possibly use, although it's EDU. So if you want to do a consultation, we can definitely talk about some other options in the private. Julie says, the DMV here will not even tell me how to rescind mine. All right. So if you just go in there and ask that question, yeah, you're probably not going to get it. So I would go to another DMV location, because obviously that one knows you. And I would ask them, I would inform them that you are leaving the state and that you've been notified by your new state that you have to close out everything with your old state. And then ask them for, they should give you what's known as the driver's license surrender form. All right. You can do the same thing with your registration. All right. So look what I got. And it's only tea. It's only tea. No hard liquor. I'm already suffering, as it is for this month, because it is my birthday month. So cheers to that. But I got these off of Amazon. It's We the People. And it has all of the, you can't really see all of it right now, but the article 1, all the information on there. So I thought that was kind of cool. Chris says, thank you for sharing. I know it takes a lot of hours to learn all this information you share. Yes, it does take a lot of time. But keep in mind, I've been doing this in the private on and off since I was 9 years old. So for me, it just happens to be that now it's all coming together in fruition. So for me, I've got 30 years of having done this and only really got majorly active within the last probably 10 to 12, I would say. Dylan says, hey, everybody. Yeah, everybody. Say what's up to everybody. Thank you for the happy birthday out there, Sophia. And make sure you guys put in where you guys are coming from. Are you operating from your, say hello from your nation, your micronation, from the republic of whatever state? Yeah. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. It's not until the 27th, but yes, thank you in advance. It's on the way. What's going on, Theo? What do we got here? Who is over the police chief? Well, there's actually a number of people who are technically over the police chief. There's usually a board of members, rather, who are over them and govern what they can and cannot do, say and cannot say. And your attorney general for sure is over them. So we got the Republic of Tennessee from Don. Mike, we the people. Yes, we the people. So one of the things that we've been saying that, once again, we always need to try to use their words. Okay. We know who and what we are. Okay. But in order to stand on the same level, if you will, with them, we need to use their words. So in their words, we are in the private sector. All right. Listening from Guam. Okay. All right. I think that's a first. Republic of Colorado. Remember, the republic is the private sector. All right. We left the private sector when we were encouraged to prove residency. So that tells you right there that we were in the private sector, the republic, where we are their boss. And they said, hey, we need you to prove to us that you're really one of us, that you're in our PMA, which is a private members association. So their juridical hemisphere, okay, that half of the globe, if you will, just as an example. So it's so-called a sphere, but this top part here, that is theirs. And that it's a private members association, but it's so big, it's considered the public, okay? Because everybody's in it, So, but remember, there was a time where we weren't in it, and they said, you need to prove to us. Go get some mail with your all caps name. Show us that you've lived here with a zip code long enough. So that means if we went into it, we can come out of it when we see fit. The problem is that once they have the name, they are going to hold on to it. All right. Like rats with cheese. All right. Yeah, Juliet, you weren't around when I was looking at your question. All right. So I don't know what all transpired, but you're dealing with the court. And so, and I could ask which motion or demure. I would send it all. Why not? You can also get one of my files off of blacksite32.com. But if you got your own stuff, use it, send it all. Send your motion to dismiss. You can set up as a demure, send your declaration. That's what I do. I kill them with everything, kindly, with niceness. And remember, don't make demands, ask questions. All right. And at the end of it, make sure that you want to autograph it with your given name and inform them that you are the authorized agent of that state-created trust, which is the all caps name. Yeah, never hesitate to send all the info, lots of info. You're going to war, essentially. They're already declaring a silent war against us. So send it all in. The one thing I hate is that, you send in one thing and then they try to rebut it. And then now you got to send in something. Man, send it all in. All right. So I know Mr. A-6 is probably out there watching. So A-6, young cousin, keep doing what you're doing. The Badwolf has got your spot locked down. All right. So one of the things I brought up before, guys, you know what? Actually, before I jump into that. All right. So one of the books, I always read books. I haven't read this one in years, but this is a really good one. I know I've been mentioning like David E. Robinson, and I know he kind of is affiliated with Anna von Reitz and whatever else. So it is what it is. There's still some good information in there. I was reached out to by, I can't think of his name right now. Let me see if I can pull up his email real quick. Okay, that's the other one. All right. The one sheriff who now does teaches people about right to travel. I will be on his channel on Tuesday. We're going to do a recording, so it will be up on this channel as long as everything goes good. It's not like some kind of weird ambush or something crazy. I don't think so, because I know he's for the people now. So we will see about that. So, we got a donation in. Appreciate that. King said, thank you, King, by the way, says, let's get the likes up. They are free. They are free for you guys. And for me, it helps the algorithm, helps YouTube know that my stuff is not BS, and helps keep the trolls. Dude, it's so crazy. Trolls will put 1 or 2 thumbs down, and that'll just like tank the numbers. And it's like 2 people, 3 people get, or even an AI or whatever they're using, can do that, and I can have like 100 or 200 likes, but it like drops it down like 5% or something crazy. It's like, what? And then we found out that, yes, no offense to YouTube, just keeping a G, that they do shadow ban us. Okay, but it's not just us because of the information. Some of us might get it more than others, but it's a marketing thing, it's a money thing, because for those people out there that have like 1 million subscribers, okay, if they let everybody see what that million subscriber person see, okay, then really those people could be charging and making so much more money, because you're providing information to so many people at once. They don't want everybody to have all the information. They trickle it out. They throttle it back. Who else can see it? Because I was wondering, I'm like, how come I don't have like, I've got like 47,000 people. So thank you, each and every one of you guys, for that. But I was like, yeah, how come when I post, like, tons of people don't see it all at once, And I know people are working, and I know that not all of them are going to be watching my channel or whatever else. But yeah, so they do throttle it back. So don't forget to hit the bell, like, subscribe, guys, and get those thumbs up. Speaking of the man, the myth, the legend, here's A-6. All right, all right. Let's see what else we got here. Please, everybody, push the like to this channel. Yes, thank you, thank you. All right, so one of the other books that I haven't read in a while, but I like to go back and reread old stuff is... Oh, hold on a second. Somebody's... Okay, I'll get that information out to you, Mr. Colonel Von Wilson. So anyway, all right, so here is one of the other books. Now, I don't get anything off of this, and obviously you guys know how I feel about the S word here in the guy's title. But this one right here, Title 4 flag, okay? You can get these off of Amazon. I might have a link up later on where you can just go to Amazon and go and grab it. But this was always a good read, and I like to reread things in case I missed something. And even in here, like, they talk about the flag seen here, which is the American Sons of Liberty, or the common law flag. All right. So if you guys don't have your own flag for your nation flying on your house, on your plate, you know, whatever else, on your vehicle, you should have it. Let them know what jurisdiction you're in. Remember, when they take over a landmass in another country, it's the first thing they do. They put their flag up so you know where they are registered. Okay. So remember, for those people who didn't catch the other video, if you didn't know, you create your trust for your vehicle. You put the vehicle in the trust, sign the vehicle over to the trust with the certificate of title, update the DMV that the vehicle is now in a trust. Okay. On the top of the plate, you should have the name of that trust. Lovett Family Trust, whatever else, because each state will tell you on the top of your plate you're supposed to have where the vehicle's registered. Create your private registration form. Keep it in your travel binder. Go get it notarized. Boom. Put your notary on there. Red ink. All right. Let's see what else we got here. Julie, you are welcome. You have a blessed night as well. All right. So also in this book, as we already talked about, the guy covers on how to have what he refers to as ninja babies. You know, so that when you go to the hospital, you can have them in the private. Okay. So they give you some options and ideas on that right in here. The guy did a lot of good work. I don't, let's see here. So I think he's got an updated version of this one. This one's probably an older one, but this is also a good one. Yo, that shirt is fly. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yes. I've been trying to step up my shirt game. It's me and the Fearless Floyd on the Fearless Floyd show. We've been having our shirt competitions, you know, so I got to make sure I stay icy. At A-6, do you have your own platform that I can support? Yeah. You can look him up just like that, A-6 _ Grindtime. I think he's also, you can find him under the Foreign National Born Natural on YouTube. Yeah, I might be able to find him right away. I should be able to. Doing a little promotion for my cousin, Mr. 6. Yep, you can also find him if you type in just A-6 space Grindtime. You can find him that way too. All right. So check it out. American Celtic Gypsy says, thank you, your genius, your generous information, and a happy birthday. Thank you. Think Mega says salute to the Badwolf. Thank you. So your son is 19 and thinks you're crazy. Well, you are crazy. We all have to be a little crazy to be reverse engineering something that we were stuck into. But hey, if he has never had any problems with the law or second guess the system or why your name is in all capitalized letters, hey, good for him. The GOV is happy to have a solid public sector U.S. citizen. And if he's happy with it, hey, this channel is not for everybody. This is for people who want to know about the private side. And even if you don't want to use it, at least you know about it, because these are your freedoms. Your forefathers, our forefathers, all, died, fought, whatever else, went through all kind of things for us to have it, not for us just to lose it. Thought you were wearing pajamas, silk pajamas. Special agent. Nope. Although the bottom halves do kind of look like them. So here, check it out. Yeah. Boom. So I got the blue in the shirt and the blue pants on. Yeah, I'm not Hugh Hefner, so I don't know if I will ever come on here with silk pajamas on. Unless I accidentally leave the camera on some night. I don't know. It might catch me walking through. All right, we have another donation. Thank you, James. Love the name, of course. That's a real player. Okay, so what else do I have? So check it out. I've been researching foods, chemicals, GMO, you name it. All right. And so I came across a video. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but I'm going to put you guys on the game, and I want you guys to watch it at some point in time because I know most of this information. But I will say there were some pieces in there that I didn't know, and that says a lot. All right. So let's see here. We'll take a couple questions before we get into that. Is there a way to do a privatized name change, get a CPN, and have a DPA all in the all caps name? I mean, all that together. So you want to do a privatized name change. I mean, to do a name change, you're going to have to, if you want to, you can do it on the court level, which changes the name of your straw man. You can do a name change with the passport, book, or card. We made videos on that. Getting a CPN. I haven't done that, to be honest, so I can't really give you the just on that. DBA, that's it's simple. You can just file for a DBA. Some people just open up a corporation in the all caps name. That way you control it. So peace. What's going on, Wellness? They're slowing down on getting out them passports to people. Yeah, so I actually seen they put out an article. They said they said for some reason people are getting the passport on an unprecedented scale. You're welcome, Department of State, making you guys some money. Love me. Oh, that's awesome. So yeah, so even my last one, my card, is still taking forever. I got the book already. But yeah, so they are overwhelmed. They are being swamped with it because so many people are getting it for their own reasons. Oh my God, everything is bioengineered. Yeah, because that way they can patent it and control it and then force farmers to grow it and then muscle them out if they don't. Yeah, anytime you see Sitai Zen, okay, we all know that the Zen is to make you at peace, Zen-like. And the Sitai, sitis, means to be of a city-state. So it means belonging to something. So they're forming you to be in compliance as one of their pieces of property and putting you in a Zen-like state. Oh, you're one of us now. Come on in. Yes, you're home now. We'll provide you with everything. Just relax. Here's some Kool-Aid. Drink the zombie juice. Okay, so I keep hearing from a particular person that the U.C.C, birth certificate, SSN, since they gave them to us, we can't control them even if we authenticate them. File them on the U.C.C. Thoughts? Well, the U.C.C is not ours. The birth certificate is not ours, and the Social Security is not ours. So we use their tools for our benefit, not our freedoms, for our benefit. I rarely say it like that. So those are for the straw man. Okay. The straw man was given to us by the state as a public transmitting utility, a go-between, because they can't deal with the living. So they make us wear the dead suit or the death mask. So yeah, so authenticating, what that does, it pulls it out of the jurisdiction, and so it is made free, but it still has their info on it. So once again, it's still their paperwork. All right. But technically putting it into the authenticating it should bring it into the private, which is out of their jurisdiction. So that I would have to argue that authenticating it makes it free. We've seen that with the Department of State, countless times. So that, yes, but the U.C.C, nope. We're just telling them that, hey, we want it worldwide, that we have a claim. Social Security number also, once again, is not ours. It was issued by them. It says it right on there. And then Zen doesn't mean servant. I mean to say Zen, in the Zen-like state. They're putting us in a zombie Zen-like state. Servant. Let's see what else we got here. We could take a look and see if Zen is in Black laws. I don't think it is. Some stuff they kind of covertly misplace, or it just happens to not have made it into the book. Let's see, we got some legal maxims here in the back. So how's everybody doing out there? Tell me how you guys are doing. All right. Y, Z, Zealot, 0, Zombie. Nope, they have nothing on Zen. Okay, now we know in a general search, let's see if they got anything in the old school Black Laws dictionary. Number 1. Well done, number 1. See if they have it in the old school. Sometimes they don't have them all. You have to reference between. You'd think the book would only get bigger and have more info, but they like to add new stuff in there. Nope. Nothing about Zen in the original one. All right. Well, so to sitize. Okay, so let's take it apart here. So it's not only situs, but sitize. Okay, so to ties anything is to convert. Okay, so they are converting us. The city, yes, means public, and it means of a state. The city, citizen is to be of that state. All right, so they're bringing you into the fold. All right, thanks, Carissa. It's good to hear. And I'll be honest, hey, I'm still getting a lot of emails, though they have slowed down a little bit, so that is good. People are watching materials instead of just hitting me up for every little question. I'm going to be, well, I think in 2 weeks, for my birthday week or whatever, I will not be doing any consults, but I will still be answering some emails. I'm going to start to retire from answering quite so many emails. It's just taking up a lot of time and stressful answering people's questions, for free, and, just a lot. It's a lot. Okay. So I will still be answering, but just not as many. So, but we are going to start to do seminars. We're going to figure out how to incorporate that and all that. We'll probably have like a invites, free one, and then we're going to have some paid ones. So we will see. My son's 23 years old, no ID or birth certificate, no social. What say you? I say he's a non-resident, and God bless his heart. Remember, though, something I've even experienced is that if you remove or don't have their things, though they are open to the public, they might try to play games. Now, they play games with me at times because all my paperwork is sitting there on their desk. They type in my name. Oh, look at Mr. Private Sector guy now needs us public servants. Yeah, which is why I will be filing some claims with the government against said agencies who don't want to take claims. All right, because I still have the all caps name that I'm the authorized agent of, and you are the public servant. So you have to do it. And even if I didn't, I'm still a national, and you serve the government. So you still have to do it. So it's coming your way. All right. Other than that, I'm your favorite non-belligerent, non-combatant, treated the United States. Everything here, including all my files, materials, and website information, are all entertainment and good information. Now, as always, guys, if you see anybody using any of my logos, likenesses, and whatever else, as you guys have done before, please report them for slander, defamation of character, and all other good stuff. Thank you for that in advance. Also, thank you for the birthday shout-outs. So if he doesn't have anything, he can get a 98 number and operate with that. You or somebody else or he himself could get a, corporation going. Unincorporated association, operate as a faith-based entity. Oh, my drink looks great. Oh, yeah, it's just, what is this? Tea and with lemon and lime in it. I love tea. All right, so one of the things I wanted to get to, guys, is let's see here. Our friends and family will call. Yeah. Well, the problem is that they are fully indoctrinated. I mean, that's like telling, unfortunately, an alligator not to be an alligator. It's gonna look at you crazy because, look at me. I'm squarely an alligator. I'm squarely a U.S. citizen. Of course, they're gonna look at you crazy and whatever else. The best things I can ever tell you guys is do you. Don't worry. I hate to say it like this. No, not a disrespect thing, but do you. Lead by example, because they're not going to, you can't drag them begrudgingly into this. They're going to be like, no, it's crazy. All you can do is, what's going on to you? It's crazy butt. Oh, you in Cali? I know some people's out there. Might have to come visit. Hopefully you're having a good time out there. But the left of the birth number tried to call vital check. Contact your vital statistics office for the state. Vital check probably won't have a whole lot of information. Your county may have a copy of it too, because they're the ones who should have initially created it. Does one have to own land to have one's own nation? No, your last name, or what they call your surname, okay, your servant name, is actually your nation. They've been hiding your royalty the entire time. Haven't you ever seen the old movies where people from like Poland or wherever else come here and his last name is like Pokaszwinski or something like that? And then they go, no, here we're going to shorten your last name up. That's because that was your, anytime you allow them to manipulate your information, they are changing, they're conforming you. So your last name, what they call the last name, is your nation. It's your clan, it's your tribe, it's your house, it's your crest, it's your, that is your nation. Nation of nations is what the forefathers wanted. Happy birthday. I am one of 12. Oh my God. I am one of 12. It sounds like a Star Trek name. I am one of 12. That's awesome, Steve. 4 of my siblings have birthdays in April. Oh, your parents have some timing down, I see. Go back 9 months and see what was going on. 3 sisters, 11, 12, brother on the 15th. Yeah, that must have been their anniversary, whatever 9 months back from April is. Appreciate you, Steve. Have a good one. Thank you for being here. Thank you all for being here. And in all honesty, you guys are really like my family. Like, I didn't do a whole lot because most of my family, unfortunately, has passed away. Got a couple of friends and family. So for me, it was relatively quiet around here, which is okay. Allows me to get some reading done. But that's why I got on here, because you guys are the fam. I've got more family members now through you guys, fellow wolves, wolvians, and all that. So greetings to everybody. Peace. What's going on, Q? All right, so I'm going to pull up this video. Let's see if I can get it here. So I digress to what I was talking about earlier. Find it. Yeah, okay, here it is. So I'm not going to play it because obviously it's their stuff, and nope, I don't want that one. What was that? That was cool. All right, so let me just cue it up here. All right, so as I was saying before, there's a movie where they talk about things that the average person doesn't know. And I know that's why you guys come here, is to learn all these interesting things and help get some remedies and some, relief, if you will, from said, traps that the industry has. Rabbit says, got my COLB from my town hall. Yeah. See, they all should have a copy. People sleep on that. They think, oh, I got to get it from, Vital Check or the state. Your town hall, your county, city hall, they all should have a copy, unless the town got messed up or something, even if they have to pull it out of archives, because they were the ones who brought you into the republic first. All right. So that's a good way to see if you can get the original certificate of live birth, is hit your city hall up and see what they got. They should all have copies. As being part of the public, they have to have copies of all of these things. Hey, what's going on? What's going on? Hey, thank you for the birthday wish, and thank you for being here. It's good to see you. I haven't seen some of these names in a while. Some are new, so thank you guys for that. All right, so the video, I'm going to just kind of show you guys a little bit of it. I'm not going to go all into it. Why is that? Okay, weird. Because obviously it's somebody else's stuff. So the video is called Stink. All right. So it's a documentary, and I'm going to pull it up here, where okay. All right. So this is a documentary here about a guy who should be right there. Bang. Who essentially unfortunately his wife passed away of cancer. God rest her soul. And he ordered his daughters a pajama like outfit, right? And when they opened it up, the scent of chemicals was so pungent that he contacted the manufacturers and found out that the manufacturers don't have to disclose the chemicals that are that they sprayed on to the garment. There's no law that says that they have to do that, because they'll put what it's made out of, but the smell or the fire retardant that they spray it with is proprietary secrets, proprietary knowledge. So he contacted the state, he contacted the company, he contacted the CEO, walked right up to him, tracked him down, made it to the conference. The guy was like, well, I'm not an engineer or a chemist. I don't know what's in there. You don't know what's in your product. It's kind of like the guy from the P company who issued and found out that when he flew to the other country, he didn't even take his own. Yeah. Okay. So apparently these guys don't have to do, or they don't use even their own stuff. Apparently that's for the people at the bottom of the pyramid, if you will. So long story short, what he did is he took the garment and he sent it out to a lab to be analyzed, and found that it had numerous toxic chemicals with the C word, causing properties in it. And we come to find out that a lot of these things that we wear, especially if they have a scent, that's what it is. So for me, when I started my journey on this part of it, I was drinking energy drinks, and I was sweating profusely for some reason. Only when I drank those. And then, but my sweat smelled funny. So I took the beverage and I went through online and I researched every single chemical in it. And that's one of the reasons why I came across the word sucralose. Now, sucrose, S-U-C-R-O-S-E, is sugar. But they add an A in there so that it looks like the same word, but it's a whole different menagerie of chemicals all in there. And it's in everything you drink. I guarantee you, everybody watching this right now, if you look in your drinks, you will find sucralose in there. Now, I'm not saying necessarily that it's bad, but what I am saying is that do your research online and find out what all is in it. Okay. So then that led into deodorant, and found out there's parabens and aluminum in there. And if you didn't know this, the first chemical they start off with is the heaviest, and then it goes down to the weakest, the smallest, the lightest. Okay. And also in this movie called Stink, okay, so you can go on YouTube, type in Stink documentary. It's about an hour long. I would suggest watching it. And you find out that all the things, even your things we don't even think about, like clothing detergent, all right? I have a product that I use called 9. There's only 9 basic things in there. It's like lemon, water, baking soda, hydrogen peroxide, and a couple others. All straightforward, natural stuff that they've been using since the beginning of time. I got rid of all the other stuff because why? If we're washing it in that stuff, it's getting into our materials, which means it's leaching into our skin, which then means it goes to the process, to the water pipes, the processing plant. And also then they have to pull it out, which makes it harder. Okay. Now, one of the more interesting things that I learned is that, and this was new for me, hooker logic. I love you to pieces and bury myself in the law, but here in Arkansas, it's jail time. These cops here for me. File complaints, go after them with tort claims, go after them with on the private side, on the public side, take them to federal court, make it happen. but make sure that you are doing right to travel the proper way. Okay, so you're going to want to watch all the right to travel lives. The last live we did had covered everything. Go to your state's legislative website, look up non-resident, and make sure you abide by all that information. Put it into your travel binder, and then operate. But yeah, if they're going to harass you, file lawsuits until they get tired of you. That's it. Steven says, all caps, only in the graveyards. Graveyards and ships, vessels, corporations. Yep. But yeah, it's a death name. It means you're a non-living entity. Sophia says, no sucralose in my organic stuff. Nice. Okay. Okay, so one of the things that surprised me in the movie, once again, for those just tuning in, I'm recommending that you guys go to your YouTube and type in the documentary and the word stink. All right, so I'll finish that in 1 second. Well, the state of Arkansas and the state of Missouri, that's okay if they want to refuse right to travel. But when you start filing those lawsuits, they guess what? The Supreme Court of your state knows exactly what it is. That one of the first videos I ever did was on reading the Supreme Court rulings on your right to travel. See, you're dealing with Article 1 courts, Supreme Court, or Article 3, actually judicial. You're dealing with a PMA that's big and should be respected, but you have to operate as a non-resident. Okay, that's the problem. We have to learn how to do commerce properly and remove ourselves from their thing. Okay, so if you watch the videos, you guys will not have shouldn't have any problems, knock on wood, for the most part. But you have to make sure that you go to your state's legislative website, operate as a non-resident, and some of you guys are not sending out your affidavits to the chief of police, to the head sheriff, to the secretary of state, to the governor, filing it on court record. Okay. Start building your private side. If you're using your all caps name and trying to have freedoms, they own that name. So yeah, they're not refusing right to travel. They're refusing your all caps name and right to travel, or they're overstepping, and that's fine. Contact the FBI, contact the United States Attorney General. You guys got to start hitting their pocketbooks, okay, and getting remedy and relief where America is, which is in the federal district courts. That's one of the things I'm going to start showing guys once I get once I learn how to sue in federal court on my own. We'll have some videos or classes or whatever else on how to do that and be successful. Till then, file it. Go get that judgment against them, and then put a lien against them. All right. But only after you have gone to court and either you win the case or you get the default judgment, which still means you win, and then go after them. Well, you're going to type in federal district court of whatever state that you're in. So if you're in Florida, federal district court of Florida, fill out the information, all the people you're going against, the reasons why you're going against them, and they get notified. Same thing they do to us. All right. So one of the things that was kind of like shocking to me is that most people here have heard about fracking. If you haven't heard about fracking, it's where they pump water and stuff into the ground to force CO2 and whatever these other gases out of the ground. Now, a lot of people don't like that because then, this water is going everywhere and whatever. But the part I didn't know until I watched the movie, which now I see why the Native American tribes don't like fracking, is because these companies, due to I can't even say the word. Due to their secrecy clause, priority. What's the word? Proprietary. That's the word. Couldn't get the word out. Blah, blah. All right. So due to their proprietary secrecy that the law allows, when they do fracking, and I'm not saying all, I don't know. I can't possibly say that. But they are allowed to take chemicals and put it into the water, and they don't have to disclose what they're putting in there due to their proprietary blend. So that means, thinking outside the box, just cloud talk for a moment here, ponderance. So if you're a company, it's so diabolical. If I had a company and I had chemicals that I couldn't get rid of without the EPA and whatever else, why would I not just sell them to a company that does fracking? They call it a proprietary blend, and they pump it into the ground. Now it's in your groundwater. Now you have to have, city or state provided water and services so that it's clean. It affects the environment, and it's a win-win for all of them across the board. They got rid of their problem. They took the problem. They dumped the problem. Wow. Wow. Now, I heard of another scam that people have been doing over by the Great Lakes, which is my area. And there's cargo ships, apparently, where these cargo ships are just floating along in the lakes. And apparently, they have large suction reservoirs, vacuums underneath, taking the lake water out. Now, why would they do that? Because the water in the lakes is so much more purified than ocean water, so they don't have to filter it out that much. And you can't stop them because you don't even know who's doing it. And these are major corporations. Not even us. We, the little people, we can't do any of this stuff. They ain't going to do nothing. You know what I mean? They're taking millions of gallons of lake water. Now, the other one, I'm not going to mention the name, but you can look them up. They're California-based. And apparently, they pay almost zero for the water that their company uses. Why? Well, let's just say it's a sweet benefit for this particular company. And they figured out that if they own land on the edge of a tributary that goes into the lake or the waterway, the water is mostly pure. So they have a pump. This billion-dollar corporation has a pump, and they're stealing the water right out of the lakes. And you can't really find them. You'd have to go up the stream, which then turns into a private area because they bought it. And you just see this huge pump sucking water right out of it. Wow. 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 I caught only part of that, but sending it to China, probably. Let's see. I think some of you guys are having some conversations in there, so I'm not sure if there are questions for me or not. But Julie says, everybody hit the thumbs up button. Okay, apparently you guys are slacking. Everybody's watching and not subscribing, not liking. This makes the wolf very angry. Oh, I received a letter from the town water company mentioning fraud. I think they're trying to catch me admitting to being the all caps name before I sue them. Haha. All right. Do you know of redemption? Yes. I mean, half the stuff here we're talking about is redemption or remedies. But if you're talking about the manual, yeah, I've gone through. I haven't looked at all of them. But yes. So we got here. I got my certificate of live birth, but I'm not sure how to record it with the county. They should have a vital statistics office, or they should have a downtown city hall records office. Record it there. Sometimes you might have to tell them to put it under miscellaneous. All right. Yes, Steve says own nothing, control everything. Yes, that is facts. Hit the like button, my man. See, the whole thing is that the problem we're having is because we don't know how to do commerce, and they don't want us to know how to do commerce. So first of all, they don't want us in the private because they need us to make money in their system. But then they don't want to show us how to do commerce because if we do it right, they make less money. So you record a certificate of live birth. What does that do for you? Okay, so the certificate of live birth is your free document that eventually the state usually gets their hands on, or it's recorded wherever it's being recorded. It's more so the birth certificate that's the problem, but you can still use the same process with the certificate of live birth. Now, remember, when we turned 18, we were supposed to inform them that we are the age of the majority. I can now control my stuff. I can handle my stuff. I'm grown. I'm competent. Okay, so I did a video on age of majority or age of the majority, and then Minnesota Rule 220. I would say look up those videos for a full breakdown. But essentially, if it's the state that looks at us and then says we can govern you, and you're a resident, well, can't we update our birth record, put that on the back, authenticate it, and then have them update the record that I'm over 18 and I'm competent, and that I'm not a trustee, and that I'm a beneficiary? I mean, all you guys have to do is think about it in reverse. Everything that they've ever given you, there's a way to go back to that, update that. You know, now they're never going to really close anything or remove it. Yeah, I've heard. Apparently, David Strait has mentioned me before. I've never met him or talked to him. I have no. Say, Deanna says fraud. All I know is, I mean, people say good and bad about me. People say good, bad about other people. I will say that I have heard that he does put a little extra stank on some of his stories that he tells. Most people do. This is part of the people shtick. Is it hard to access banking when declaring non-citizen? There are some banks out there that will work with you if you are in a non-resident status. Some can be like business only EINs. But really, it's not so much that you really want to, you more so want to operate it as putting the bank account into a trust. All right. And that's going to be one of my videos coming up is either creating the bank account right from the jump as a trust, or converting the name of the bank account into the trust name, and then applying whoever you want to have on there as trustees. So in case your time, comes nigh, everything is already ready to go, and you can avoid all the normal BS, probate and whatever else. See, it's all about trusts. What is a trust? Trust is a vessel. But if you create a vessel that is not theirs, it's private. And if it's private, it means it's foreign to them, and they can't touch it. Can't touch us. Can't touch us. All right. Can you authenticate your BC versus your OB? Is it as effective? Well, the certificate of live birth should already have all of your information. And I did make a video on this before, but I got you covered. The difference is the certificate of live birth is a private document for you, the living person. It should have been authenticated by the county in which you were born in. The birth certificate is the state-issued one, which should have none of your parents' names, signatures, doctors, weight, all that stuff, just a basic document. That's how you know they didn't birth you, they birthed the vessel. So that's the one you really want to get authenticated. Now, can you still yet have it done? You know, it's weird because some people have, and then yet some places won't do it. But if you want, you can. Some will say it's already authenticated on the county level. So because you can authenticate on the county, the state, and the federal levels. Why? Why might you ask? Because those are 3 different jurisdictions going on there. And they want to tell us, oh, you know, there's no things going on here. I've been straight up told, oh, nope, that's a Fed level thing. That's a state level thing. You got to go talk to your county about that. There's different levels going on there. Root Words is in the house. What's going on? So you think you just control federal? Anything that's theirs, nope, it's theirs. Like I said, if you're talking about like the bonds and stuff, gonna hydrolyze some of my water. It's always cool watching that stuff bubble up. Yeah. Go ahead and release some of that oxygen and hydrogen in the water. I went to school for electrical engineering technology. I had this one guy who thought he was so smart years ago. He was like, you can't break apart hydrogen and water without it being costing more energy to put in. I was like, yeah, you can. Well, hey, Chris, remember we talked about it years ago? Oh, all right. Plus, they've actually have cars, even back in the day, that were doing this, and you would actually run the car because it's generating pure oxygen, pure hydrogen. Boom. But they didn't want that technology out way back in the day. All right. So let's see here. Is that one it? Nope, that's not it. All right. So I'm going to jump to this screen. So bear with me. Un momento, por favor. So I'm going to do a video on this. So I'm not going to go into it. Well, actually, I did a beginning video on this, but I think a lot of you guys are sleeping on some of the things I tell you guys to check out. So I'm going to wet your whistle a little bit again with this. And then I'm going to, this week, I'll be doing an extensive video on the information. So this particular screen here, 146, is the Treatise on Arrest and False Imprisonment by Charles A. Wiseman. Okay. This has so much good information on arrests without a warrant, definition of false imprisonment. Okay. So a lot of stuff in here is going to help out a lot of your scenarios. Okay. Because if they didn't arrest you properly, all right, you didn't get your rights read. Okay. Was the warrant signed by an actual judicial licensed judge? Okay. In the judicial district. Arguments and statements of law. Okay. There's a lot of fire reading in here, guys. Like, I've read it. I've reread it. So you guys sometimes you guys ask me, where do I learn these things? Well, I'm showing you. Okay. All right. So go and download this PDF. It should be free. If it's, if you got to pay for it, pay for it. But I'm pretty sure you can find a free copy. Like I said, I'm not going to go through every page now, but I'm going to be reading a lot of information out of here, some key points and segments in my videos. All right. So it'll probably be a longer video, and I'll post that. Usually only the lives I like to do longer. So it's like we got 140 people watching. That's pretty good for a last minute Sunday night, no big announcements video. So a magistrate is a lawyer who has progressed through the ranks long enough to be considered a magistrate. But that does not mean he's truly a judicial judge unless he's been licensed. So he can be but some of them could be. All right. Usually what a lot of them do is they're just lawyers, put on the robe, call themselves a magistrate. They've gotten there, and they're not licensed. Okay. Now, if you're a U.S. citizen and that's how you're operating, you go before them, hey, it is what it is. You are squarely in their jurisdiction. All right. But remember, even as a U.S. citizen, you still have a private sector side as a constitutional citizen or national of the Constitution, and they cannot deprive you of your rights and freedoms. Chris said, how would you check that? Well, you have to do some digging. Okay. I'd start by trying to get their oath of office, which they hide. See if they have a Foreign Agent Registration Act on file. You can FOIA that. They don't like that. And then pull their information. You can contact the bar. The American Bar Association, they're all public entities. They're supposed to provide that number. And remember, they don't even call it a bar number anymore. It's called an international lawyer number. Let me see. What is it? International Standard Lawyer Number. Yeah. So they no longer really call it a bar number. All right. So when people go, oh, I want your bar number, it's an ISLN. Okay. I'll pop it up on screen right near. Screen. Bam. ISLN stands for the International Standard Lawyer Number, a code by which Marindale identifies each lawyer so that they can track them from firm to firm. So some of them might still refer to it as a bar number. Okay, or you can just go to Martindale right here and look up anybody. They all have to have it. They all have to be registered. Yeah. Each practicing attorney. So this is why they try to get you to say, oh, are you practicing law? Now, even though they're not supposed to be able to do anything to you about that, but they want you to try to admit that, because then you're claiming that you are it's like claiming that you're a doctor and you're not a doctor. You can't do that. So that's how they try to rope you in. Are you practicing law? Nope, just a study. All right, got some information. Yep, these are things you guys should be looking up. Administrative notice and demand for identification and credentials. Yep, and their stuff needs to be legible. You need to be able to read it. It's another thing. If they're going to put a warrant on you, typically what most people get is what's known as a bench warrant. It means within inside of their PMA for U.S. citizens. Okay, you need to be able to read their name on there or it's not valid, and it cannot be stamped. Okay. All right, Lisa says, hey, James, forgot to ask you on our Zoom call, do I need to officially update my status, your standing, okay, with any official agency before I sending out letters to IRS regarding my... No. Remember, you guys already have your private side, and to be honest, they really don't want to hear about that anyway. So it's all about how you move yourself through commerce, because you already have your private side. But it is definitely good to build up your private side. Yep, and a warrant is a warrant because they're at war with us. Yes. That's why, yeah. So, yep. Okay. Should LLC business EIN be placed into the private trust or remain public and donate its income to the trust? I mean, it's really up to you on how you want to move. You know, for the most part, a normal business is supposed to be private. Okay, private sector. I mean, even like, what is it? I think like Whack Donald's is actually a private sector company. But yeah, if you want to further protect it, yeah, put it in a trust. You know, and then have that trust donate its compensation. We're not going to say income. Income means, technically though, income is for incorporations, meaning that you're a for-profit. So yeah, you can donate all that to your other trust. I created a DTCC. However, I do not know how to get to the account information. If you're talking about the GMEI utility, yeah, you just create an account with them. You should be able to see everything once you go into the search options. And then if you pull up something, you should be able to see the specific files and things and see the places where stuff is being traded. Otherwise, you're gonna have to probably if it's something deeper than that, you're gonna have to contact their customer service. And yep, all the wealthy people have trusts. I've been hearing about all that stuff since I was a kid. Own nothing, control everything. Trust. Why? Because it removes, I mean, even your private side. Let's say your given name. So let's just take me. Say James Cash Money of the Lovett Nation. All right. Make that into a trust. Operate everything through that trust. There's lots of ways to create your private side. Send yourself a letter with your given name or your private name on it. Have you and a friend send a letter to each other with your private information. Put your affidavit or whatever you want on the inside of it, mail it to each other. Boom, boom. Get your credit cards, get your debit card, add your private name or your given name on as an authorized user to your own account. Start building up credit on there. You're also then building your private side. Right now, most people don't truly have a private side. You have it in you, but it's not out anywhere on paper to be able to utilize it. So when you're sending affidavits with your same name, they're like, bro, you're talking about the same person. Because unfortunately, they don't know the difference between the all caps and the all lower. Just is what it is. So that's okay. Create your private side. Like, if you guys don't, man, let me tell you guys, I've got like 5 or 6 different things I operate under. All right. I got a nation. I got a sub nation. I've got a trust within a trust. I've got a EIN. I've got a government entity. I got a regular business. I got another trust. I mean, you use them as you need them. You know, you don't have to get all of them. That's just me. I do a lot. Okay. But you need to start creating your private side. Go and contact your what is it? Your electric company. Change the name that's on there. Go online, go into your account, change the name to your private name or your given name. Start building up that. So yeah, most of them don't realize because they're taught. They see it's funny. So they're only taught about the public. They say all those people out there are public. No, they're really not. They were private first. Remember, they asked you to prove residency. So that means wherever you live, you are operating there privately in the private sector before you prove to them that you are a public entity. Prove it to me. Where's your state issued birth certificate? Where's mail coming to your house with the zip code? The 2-digit abbreviation, your name in all caps. So start creating your private side. All right, water's done. Now you can see the information on there a little bit better. Yeah, I thought these were kind of cool. Yep. What jurisdiction is affidavits? So, yes, affidavits are really it's their thing, but it's the highest form or one of the highest forms of their things. So you can use that. You can use affidavit. We do that because affidavit really is like it's their statement of facts or statement of truths. Now, you can just create a declaration or whatever else. It's really up to you. I like to use the affidavit because they will not deny an affidavit. The declaration they don't even want on their desk because it's considered private. So they know there's a difference. Yep, and the 4 corners rule. How do we do zip exempt? Just like that. You put zip exempt or all zeros or nothing at all. There's no law that says you have to use a zip code. I usually put, let's say like Blueberryville, Florida, U.S.A. You can also put it in the brackets around it if you want. That's a good thing. I don't even like to use it at all. If I can not use it, I don't. All right. I'll put, or after, like say Michigan, I'll put without the U.S. or USA. So, but yeah, when you use a zip code, you're telling them that you're domiciled on their jurisdiction. Remember, they own. Okay, so let me break it down. The republic and the private, we the people. Couldn't say it any better myself. We the people own the land. They are here holding it in trust to protect it for us. We own the land. We can tell all of them what we want, but we all have to get together. And probably won't happen anytime soon because not enough people know this and too many people don't believe in it. You'd have to have high numbers, but we own the land. We are the beneficiary. We own the land. The republic. They came along and created the zip codes. So if the land is ours, it's like this is the bed. They put a paper over it. And then they went, nice place you got here. Let me just put my name on it. Yeah, now anytime you guys want to use my name, this is all us right here. Sorry. We're like, wait a minute. Don't we, the people, own the land? And that's our property. Our houses are literally private. And then the parts in between are public domain, but we still own that. You guys just put a road on top of it that we paid for, that anybody in the world can use. And then you give us zip codes and try to have governance over us. There's no law that says we have to use it. Zip code is government. The 2-digit abbreviation is states. Think about it. If they were all the same thing, okay? If they're all the same thing, here's a question you can ask some of your naysayers out there. We'll take state of Arkansas, right? I don't know about you, but I've never mailed a letter from my house to somebody and put, Memphis or, Little Rock, state of Arkansas, and then the zip code. Why is that? Go ahead, I'll wait. I've never wrote on there state of Florida, state of Colorado, state of Illinois, state of Maine, state of Arizona, and then a zip code. I'm just saying. We're just asking questions here. Just asking questions. Yep. Habeas corpus. Somebody, what did Cameron say right here? You can't live in a state. Especially because technically, legally, the states of are foreign. You live in the republic. That's why you just put Arkansas, Maine, Florida, Tennessee, Kentucky, Colorado, California, the republic. Yep, they own the 2-digit abbreviation. Yep, we covered. Yep. Yes, by George, I think you guys are getting it. That's also why the ecclesiastical claim, live life claim are all powerful, because you're saying that you are the living being. You're not the commercial fiction. And ecclesiastic is faith-based, and faith-based just means private. That's it. They've been Jedi mind tricking people. No, we don't recognize any of that. No. The only thing that we'll possibly recognize is if you guys, hey, how can we fool them into not claiming things in the private? We don't want to say private because they're going to go for that. What? Oh, separation of church and state? Oh, because faith means private. So we'll just use the word faith. Excuse me. Sorry. Yeah. So we only recognize your faith claims. So put your house in a faith. Make your house faithful. Dude from Floyd be rebutting almost everything you have and everyone else says about the birth certificate. Yeah, they can feel how they want to feel. But fact of the matter is the birth certificate is a state-created trust. And we are the beneficiaries. Common sense, if the people who serve us are public officers, public trustees, the word trustee means we're in a trust. And if they're the trustees, that means they can't be the beneficiaries. And if we're the ones receiving what they give us, and by all means, I mean in the private, then we are the beneficiaries and also the grantors. But yeah, sure, people can, some people just like to argue. They've got their understandings of things. That's cool. I mean, some people are just here to watch the world burn, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, if they have a better way of moving, I haven't seen anybody with anything so fire. People always want to rebut something to be heard. I'm not here to argue or whatever else. And so if that's how he feels, that's how he feels. I can respect that. I don't agree with it, but we're mature and adults enough to say, I see what you're saying. I don't agree with it. I've heard some of his stuff too. We're cool. I just I differ. But see, I'm also looking at it like this. You have a private side, which we all have, and then you've got a public side. Anything that comes in all capitalized letters in Black Law's dictionary says it is a capitis demutio maxima. It says it right in a book. Some people just don't read enough. That's the problem. It says a full loss or majority major loss of rights. So that means if you put your name in all capitalized letters, you've lost your rights. Well, if I lost something, what did I have before? And if that's a public entity, that means I must have been on the private side. So they took my name and made it into an all caps. I learned when I was like 18, anything you see in all capitalized letters is a business. Go open up a business right now and see if they won't put your name of your entity in all caps. None of these so-called gurus ever prove anything. I prove mine with the books. It's right in there. Try to open up a company with the IRS without having them dispense the information to you in all caps. If all caps don't mean anything, then why is my name in that format? Hence the word format. To format something, format your hard drive. Okay, which means it was wiped, there's nothing on it, and now you're formatting it, or you're taking something that was already there and you're formatting, you're wiping it clean to make what? Something new. There's always going to be a guru out there who wants to challenge this, that, or the other. It is what it is. You have to, that when people always ask, why do I have the comments off? For people, who want to argue. I'm not here to argue. I'm just trying to make you think. That's it. And a lot of people don't have, not to be, show me the money. Show me the proof. If your stuff works, I've had my cases knocked down. I've had, proven these things in the books, the passport process. There's a reason why people watch my materials is because we're effective in what we're doing. And if we're not, and I have something wrong, I'll be the first person to come back on here and say, yeah, we got it wrong. And if I don't know it, I'll tell you I don't know it. So, but yeah, that's, everybody is entitled to their own opinion and their own, and this is a key thing. And it even says this in law. Your interpretation of the information is what's important. And if your interpretation, you can stand on your facts, then it is so. So if he or her or whoever else can stand on their facts that the birth certificate is not issued from the state and it's not a public document with a CUSIP number on there and they're trading it as a negotiable instrument, and the name that always appears on every single birth certificate issued from the state of, which is a foreign corporation or owned foreignly in comparison to the United States of America, is not in fact a straw man, not in fact a public transmitting utility, not in fact a juridical person. Okay. Cool. Like I said, I will never go tit for tat with anybody. You know, it's if that's how you feel, that's how you feel. I'm not here to argue. I'm a grown man. We can, you know, like I said, this week I might do a debate with, you know, but it's even really not more of it as a debate. It's going to be a discussion with a sheriff who now teaches about how to deal with police encounters. And like I said, that'll be coming up this week. I think I'm going to be doing it Tuesday, so I'll probably upload it. As long as everything looks good, like I said, as long as it's nothing crazy, like I said, you know, I'm not trying to walk into some weird scenario where it's like, but this person, he is, and I did a video with him or on his information. So I think that's one of the reasons why he wants to talk and clear up some of the things that, you know, they've seen. So like I said, it'll be a nice little discussion. But yeah, I'm not going to waste my energy on that arguing. Because what you're gonna, if you want to present something, present the information. That's cool. But you're never going to get an argument out of me. All I do is I'll listen to it and say, okay, that's interesting. This is how I feel about that same information. The biggest thing is that, and here's my key thing, why I don't do debates, you know, or I just say I don't argue. Because we should be spending more time working together and learning than trying to prove who's got the better way of doing the same dang thing. Right? Because at the end of the day, they want us to fight because that releases energy. They want us to get things wrong because that creates money and controversy. So I refuse to be a part of any of that. That's why I've never seen me, you know, fighting somebody, arguing with somebody on their channel. No, I'm not. It's not going to happen. I could use that time to be rereading a book I've already read. That to me is better. Yeah, see, they've been trying to wake us up for a long time through the movies and through the TV shows. I'm telling you guys, they really, everything you're seeing out there in the movies, they're trying to wake you up. Either they're trying to wake you up or they're trying to put you to sleep, and they're making you contract by visually watching it. It's a visual contract. That's why look what they did with the what was it, the super you know, the thing with the I can't even think of the guy's name. The whole big show where they had like the whole devil stuff going on with the red and whatever else. They want you to see it because before they do it, what they're doing in the background, they want to be able to put tidbits of it out there on the negative side so that you contract by looking at it, and that you can't say that you didn't know that it was going on. You know, they have to show you what they're doing before they do it. You know, when I first started a little bit, because it was even weird for me. You know, thanks to Jackie Fig, God rest her soul. Jackie Fig had a lot of good information on it, but she opened the door, but she didn't have all of the T's crossed and the I's dotted. That's one of the reasons why I pursued this information. So, no, not really. Each area is going to be a little bit different, but that's why you put out your affidavits or your declarations, excuse me. And you have your travel binder. You take care of all the things that you need to have in there. You go to your state's legislative website and find out how to deal with them. And then you just operate. You know, if you get pulled over and they decide to harass you, they don't want to give you a commanding officer, call. Call the commanding officer. That's what I did. Last time they bothered me, they did, we're not going to do that. Try to take my plate. I was like, nah. I said, that's private property. Yeah, we're cops. We can do it. We're sheriff. We can do whatever we want. No, you really can't. I was like, do you have any idea what theft is for you guys? Taking you guys to federal court. And also, I had my plates are on there with tamper-proof screws. You can get them at any auto store. I don't have the flat head. They can't just take it off. Then they wanted to tow it. I said, no, I wouldn't do that. It was like, it's $1 million lien on it. I said, oh, you're not going to give me commanding officer because you guys think you know everything? So I called. Yep, I'm being bothered by some rogue cops right now who blah, 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 blah. And the commanding officer was like, really? I was like, yeah. She's like, hold on. I'm going to access their webcams right now. I said, okay, thanks. You just have to know how to operate in commerce. Yeah, they weren't too thrilled when their boss was on the phone. They got all quiet and kind of all that laughing and giggling kind of went away. And then I drove off. So thank you, Julie. Someone was mentioning about contract. Yeah, because there's verbal contracts and then there's paper contracts and contract visually by looking at it. They want your attention. When you see what they're doing, okay, you hear their music and their whatever else, you're contracting. You're not being against it. And they have to show you what they're doing because that's part of the covenant between the forces of light and dark, good and bad. So above, so below. They have to put it in your face. They've been doing rituals and all that stuff in the back, for years. They just never had an outlet to show people or to get you to visually contract or to bring some people in. Hey, some people might like that. If that's what you like, go for it. Hey, knock yourself out. Go crazy, little buddy. It's not my thing, though. So the revocation of election, from what we know now, especially with the new rules that they've changed with the IRS, is that it's good to have the revocation of election paperwork. But I'm telling people, you guys can do what you want to do. Don't bother sending it in. Because if you have to go to court, it's good to have and you fight them, or they come after you for something, it's good to have that information to use. But they themselves do not want the revocation sent in. They don't really care. The head up people know what it is. The people who answer or deal with y'all down here, they don't know what it is and they don't care. You can ask Sherry Peel Jackson when I had her on my show. All right. They don't know. They don't know and they don't care. They think you guys are all just crazy. We're all crazy. Woo! What they care about is that you file your W-8BEN or your W-4V or your 8233, your 1040NR. Did you know your state actually has a NR tax form, which stands for non-resident, which is who and what you are in the private? Because remember, they asked you to prove residency, which made you then what? A resident. So if you were if you became a resident, what were you when you were doing your business in the private? A non-resident. They asked you and you and you to prove residency. Yeah. All right. What else we got here? Yeah, you're going to have some, there's good and bad people everywhere. I've got cops who are my who are friends, family, some that have looked out for me. I've got many that contact me every week to change their status, or they ask me about this information. Where can I find more about it? They don't know. But they too, even all you cops out there who are watching now, all of you people in the GOV departments that are watching now, all right, people in the post office, whatever. You guys are all still private sector citizens, private sector nationals in your private time. The only thing is that you guys have signed the paperwork to become an agent or a trustee, which makes you a 14th Amendment taxable entity. You have to understand, and like I said, I have no problem with the gov, whatever, at all, zero. They're doing a job. I got no problem with the state. They're running a business, but they're running it for those people who want to be in the public. And you, as long as you know what you want to do and how you want to move in the public, you use it. I know a lot of people, especially a lot of gurus out there, they're like, oh, you don't want to be in the public? La, 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 la. I mean, I don't really, you use it. It's there for you to use when you want to use it. It's a tool. Problem is that all your tools have U.S. citizen on there, and you don't have almost anything set up for the private. So you have to create an entire private side if you want to use it. If not, then start using everything in trusts. Trust is just, a trust is private when you make it private. Okay. What's going on, Lounge? Appreciate you. Well, no, I wouldn't go 1 foot in and 1 foot out and then shake it all about. I think that's how you get the hokey pokey done. You can't mix the public and private. And see, the thing is that the mind state of a lot of the older gurus was that, oh, you got to get rid of all of it. Now, I do agree that would be good. However, that's not exactly how it's going to work. So, because we know that, look at it like this. Your body is yours. You get to determine what it is and what it's called. If you only have a document that says U.S. citizen, government, federalized state employee, okay, that's why you pay taxes, and that's how you're using all these, then that's all you are. Until you create that private side, this is all you have. So I know it's kind of weird, but you were born in the private, and then they took your name and transmuted, turning you into a public entity. Once that happened, you had nowhere really to run because the system, the people we deal with on a daily basis in the system don't understand the all caps name is a public entity and the all lower is a private one. They don't understand that. So we distance ourselves from that by using the given name. Now, what is the given name? We've talked about this tons of times. The given name is, instead of James C. Lovett, it would be James, Cash Money of the Lovett Nation. James Charles, James Cat, whatever. That is your name. Because everybody here are Native Americans. You are native to America. You can be like me. I'm a Native American, but I have African ancestry. For the people who are lighter in color, you are a Native American, but you have Anglo-Saxon or European or German or whatever ancestry. Now, I know that the indigenous natives, okay, and I hate the word Indian because it's not what their real name is. They are natives. Same thing with Inuits, or that we refer to as Eskimos. They hate that word too. It's not their word. Okay. You are born here. You are native to America. So in the private, okay, how many times have you guys have seen this? You're born in, let's say, Florida. Okay, you're born in the Florida Republic of Florida. Your nationality is a Floridian. Okay. So here, let's see, GPO styles manual state. PDF. Okay, let me see if I can find this section. So for those people who don't know, I'm in the GPO styles manual. It's 2016 PDF. You know what? Hey, let's just jump right into it. I'm just going to show you guys what I'm doing. There's lots of good info in here. And I just found that by a random search of just that. All right, so let's go back up to the top. All right, so style manual. Everything you want to learn just about by what the United States government does is in this. Okay, they break down all the things. All right. Now, okay, so capitalization 27. Where is it? Okay. Might have to pull up the file on it. But anyway, let's slide down here. Okay, they talk about capitalizations. Capital and upper and lowercase lettering. Okay, this is their framework on how things should be put together for their sections, for their names, signs and symbols. All signs, symbols, dashes, superiors, etc. must be clearly marked. Probably would be faster if I went to the there we go. Huzzah. So nationalities. Are you with me, YouTube? Are you with me, wolves and wolvettes? Nationalities. Your nation. The table. Oh, sorry about that. Okay. In designing or in designating the natives of the states. Hold on. This is what we have in our stuff. I don't know if I really broke this down. Might have been a while. So you guys want to get the GPO styles manual. Read through it. There's fire info. This isn't even the fire. There's more stuff in there. All right, let's get back. Just roll the camera. All right. Nationalities and etc. Like I said, they don't make it a big thing, guys. If you're not looking or know where to look or really, really studious like me, you won't find these things. Nationalities. Here's your nationality. In designating the natives of a state. We are natives of a state. The republic side of each state, we are natives. I don't think I ever really paid attention to this word before, but we are natives of the state. This is us in the private. The following forms will be used. Alabama is an Alabamian. Alaska is an Alaskan. Arkansas is an Arkansan. Sorry. California, Californian. This is where I get it from, right here. Indiana is apparently a Hoosier. Who's your daddy? All right. What do we got here? Kansas is a Kansan. Wisconsin is a Wisconsinite. Texas is a Texan. You are a native. This is from the government's manual. There's no arguing this. This is what I'm telling the morons out there. No offense. I mean, maybe a little. Here it is. Your private side. You are natives. You are a national. Your nationality. This is what you are called first. Right here. The private side of each state, each American, each Native American in each state as a native in the private, in the private sector, these are your names. Do you see U.S. citizen anywhere in here? Do you see citizen of the United States in here? Nope. All right. Now they have expanded it. Okay. This right here says for the states, but they also are now accepting these terms. But let's check this out though. Alaskan Native. Okay. Asian American. I would just say you're an American. Why do you have to be Asian? Okay. Aren't we all supposed to be the same thing? We know black is a color. It's not a nationality. African American. Why aren't we just Americans? What's your definition of African American? Because I don't know a place where Africa and America meet. I'm just an American, maybe a Native American. So right here, Native American and American Indian, Native Hawaiian, Pacific Islander, a Puerto Rican, and a white. Well, we know that white is a color. Native American words including tribal, okay, of the Lovett tribe, and other proper names of Indian, Alaskan, Hawaiian, and other groups. So this would be where we could fall in, either tribal or other groups, are to be followed literally as to spelling and the use spaces, hyphens, diacriticals. Okay. All their words, all their stuff in here. Lots. There's 400 pages in here. I think you guys get the idea. All right. So we can jump back. So there you guys go. Once again, people always doubt. And yet here it is. There's a reason why people follow me in this information. There's a reason why the various groups and entities and they watch, because some of them don't know. Hood science. Wow. When I was a kid and went to a different school, I used to say, I'm not black, I'm Maryland. And I had all my white friends saying, yeah, he's a Marylander. Laughed my ass off the whole time. It's real. Yes. You were right. It is true. And then because of that, okay, so because of you being born in the private sector as a Marylander, all the Marylanders, all the Wisconsinites, all the Floridians, and so on, all the Hoosiers, who's your daddy, all come together as nationals of the United States of America. You had to be those things before you could be a U.S. citizen. You had to be in the private with those titles, those rights, those birthrights, before you could become a public entity, a public officer. And all MERS contracts don't have the original note and mortgage together. Yeah, root words. That's well, it's fraud what they've been doing, first of all, and it's also bifurcation. Bifurcation is when you separate the note, the original note, and the mortgage. You cannot do that. One backs the other. You have to have them together. That's why they hide that little secret. One supports the other. It is a deal that they stay together. When they don't stay together, the deal is broken. Yeah, you're welcome, Steve. Yeah, so that's part of the information. Just that page I showed you guys that I put into the explanatory statement. But there you guys go. You've got that as proof. They want to say what you, so next time they ask you, who are you? What are you? What's your nationality? Check off other and put Wisconsinite, put Floridian, put Marylander, put Native American. I was born in Maryland, but it says DC on my certificate. It's weird. That could be because now is it your birth certificate or certificate of live birth? But either way, it's probably because the hospital you were in might have been in DC or something weird like that. You could always try to resubmit that information and have them correct it. I think we talked about that. Acadians and Atlanteans. Yes. Now, if you want to go there, okay, because I love me everything Atlantean. The United States of America at one point in time was controlled by the Atlantean Empire. It was called the people here were known as Amura Khans. Amaru Khans. Khans, Khans, means snake priests or snake kings, priests or kings. Amura, the Ra part was snakes, kings, Khans or kings or priests. Ama is I think the A part is represents of Atlantean control, or ATL, Atl. Yeah. So the land, I believe it's the Atlantean land of snake kings is what Amura Khans means if you break it down. So yeah, we're technically Atlanteans, although we're under a new flag, but still doing some of the crazy stuff that they used to do. Atlantis was good when it first started, but towards the end, they, now it's a long story, but basically they started letting outside influences govern how they did business. And they messed things up, like the planet and the ecosphere and all other stuff. All right. Definitely had a pretty good live tonight so far. I'm going to hang out for a couple more minutes. Then we're going to call it because, well, it is, Easter Sunday night, and I'm going to grab some grub and converse with peoples. I've also joined some more fraternities so I can learn some more of the inside goodies and stimulate my mind. New order. What is that? That's all right. So yeah, feel free to ask a couple of last questions. If I see them, I will try to get to them. How would you suggest you secure your interest in property? Put it in a trust, put a UCC1 lien against it. Steve says, flat earther here, laughing out loud. Really am. Yeah, you know what? I know we kind of talked about that way back. I had information for and I had information against. Well, the way I kind of broke it down is that whatever the earth looks like, it's not what they're telling us. That much I know. That much I know for sure. So whether you're a flat earther or a round earther, they're not telling us the truth no matter what. There's a lot of questions that, you know, they talk about. What is it? The Van Allen radiation belt. One scientist said it's like being in a billion microwaves. There's no way we can get past that. As far as I know, they've always tried to make the shuttle light, because really, if they were going to try to go through that much radiation without the protection of the planet, you would Van Allen. There you go. Thanks. You would need lead, and a lot of it, or a lot of gold. Where do we find information on staying in my property, trying to get my deed out of the county records? Well, you could. This is only education, is all my information is, but I would look into a trust, and I would look into quit claim deeding the property over to that trust. There's a lot of information. I mean, why can't we build bases there? Why are we all the countries just have a treaty and outposts there? Yeah, there's lots of things going on they don't want us to know. For those people who didn't know, we're in a Telegram group. The information is at the bottom here. Also, check out my spread shop. I got new logos and things up there. We're gonna have some more. We're gonna also have some more adult, crazy question. Nothing too bad. Nothing like, oh my god, but like words, phrases, things we use. Me and my friends use. I'm gonna start putting up that instead of just like my names and logos. But I do have a lot more stuff. We always have crazy ideas or funny stuff that's probably inappropriate adult humor. We're going to have some of those logos and things on the spread shop. You can find us on YouTube. You can support on Patreon. We're going to have seminars coming up, private ones. Probably have a couple of public free ones, just, kind of like we're doing here. So yeah. Thank you, Steve. Appreciate you as well. Yeah, like I said, there's lots of stuff that they're not telling us, and the reason why, I mean, we all know, is because we're not alone in the universe, for one. The technology is too advanced for our lifestyle right now, and there's some cool stuff hidden all over the freaking planet that they don't want us to know about. That's all it is. I mean, it makes sense. Why else would they lie about the stuff? The obvious is in the room, We'll find out about it when they're good and ready. Because they don't have much choice. They can't hide it forever. They know that. They know that they're on a timetable. Scorpion King here. I'd love to hear your thoughts on being self-insured. Well, for self-insured, you can go and do get a bond. You can create your own bond or promissory note or a bill of exchange. You've got those rights. Well, if I remember correctly, last time I used the GMEI utility, it was you put in, you got to find there should be a search bar, search tab, search box, and then put in your social all together, one number. If that doesn't work, then separate it with the dashes, and that usually is what does it. You can ask them, you say, hey, I want to look up anything associated with this account number, and give it to them, see what they say. Gotta remember, they're not going to be too forthcoming. All right. They don't like people knowing that stuff. Corrupted says also section 8.19 in the GPL manual talks about the use of brackets. There you go. Once again, this is why I show you guys where I find it. I show you guys, because if it's on the internet, hey, you can't be mad. Can't be like, oh, hey, this guy's showing all the secrets. It's on the internet. I've said this since day one. If you guys don't want us to know something on the internet, scrub it. They know, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. There's plenty of stuff that I literally, my hand to God, seen on the internet, and they wiped it, scrubbed, removed. Heck, I think actually if you go, to the settings on Google, or at the bottom some of their web pages or whatever else, it'll say, is this your property? Do you want it removed? Is it, this, that, or the other? But we'll just say this. We know that the big guys can get things removed a whole lot better and in complete detail than we can. It's just what it is. Got to be one of the big boys to play the game. All right, let's welcome Melvin Jackson. Became a YouTube member. Appreciate you, Melvin. Shout out to you and yours. Serrana says, why hide it? Why hide what? There's lots of things, but in general, they hide it because not every really what it is they don't mind private people moving privately. What they don't like is, let me say this carefully, they don't like when private things are addressed to a degree publicly and key people do inappropriate things with the information. So they're not really worried or care too much about like me, the average person, you guys. It's the people out there who take this information and they abuse it, because then it puts them in an awkward scenario of going, well, this person is right, but what they're doing was wrong, and it mixes the two and they don't like it. Because there are people, unfortunately, who have used my information for bad purposes. But there's more people who use it for good. If it was that big of a problem, like, they would shut down everybody's stuff, because it's like, no. So they limit things, and we'll just say that, like Cornell Law EDU, and even when I made this mention to the Department of State with the passport, I told them that these sections were outdated. What did they do? They updated it. Cornell Law EDU also, they watched the channel too, where they get called from somebody, and they updated those sections. So it's not that they're necessarily hiding because they can't get rid of the information. It has to be there. But they don't want people, the bad people out there, abusing it against them. That's the biggest thing. So yeah, they hide it. Well, like I said, they can't they can't get rid of it because they can't control Congress, and the Congress is controlled by the people, and we have that right because of the Constitution for the United States of America. So they will, if you want it, you have to do your homework to get it. It's how they kind of operate. It's how they move. When creating your private nation flag, is it limited to just your state, or applicable to the entire continent, land, plate? The flag only covers your land, your house, and if you put it on your vehicle or on your plate, those things. So, but wherever you travel with it, just like a vessel, imagine yourself being on a ship with a flag, on the front or the back of it. Same thing. Where you go, you bring your nation with. It means your property is private and you are registered to it. Okay, so what else do we get here? Somebody said, have you used the 4506T? I'm trying to think of what that is off the top, so let me pull it up. That's a request for transcripts? Yeah, I've used that before. Matter of fact, I'm glad you reminded me because I actually sent it. Well, they must be really backed up because I sent a request for my full, what is it called? Nope. Dang it. I did a video on it. I have to look it up. But I requested to know who all has used my Social Security. You can actually pull up your master file to see everybody who's ever made a claim against you and you didn't know. So all the states, all the courts, all that other stuff. Great evening. Nice. Like that. Badwolf. Does a micronation take you out of jurisdiction? Your micronation puts you back into the private because it is something that they do not control or own. So your micronation should claim you. If you're going to create a micronation, your micronation should claim the all caps name. That way you're putting your trust within a trust. Your nation is reclaiming that. Claiming, reclaiming, kind of a combination of both. Says, nice shirt, by the way. Thank you. Find it kind of sexy. Oh yeah, there's people out there who've been impersonating me in Telegram. So thank you for bringing that up. So guys, some of you guys are hurting my feelings out there. Okay, because one, you're being scammed by people. That's why I made this channel, so that people wouldn't be scammed. So for the love of God, if you communicate and you think it's me, it is most likely 99% not me. I don't have time to chat a whole lot in the groups. If you go to Black Site 32, you can contact me there. That way you know it's me. Okay? Don't trust any of the groups, even the ones I created. Okay? It might not be me in there because on the end of it, he doesn't have just Badwolf. He had consult on the end of it using my pictures and all that stuff with poor English. Oh, are you wanting to know of trading commodities? Does that even sound like me, guys? I will never ask you your name, your account information, ever. All of my correspondences will come from Black Site 32. Okay, James C. Lovett at yahoo.com. U.S. National Passport at yahoo.com. Orders, Badwolf at yahoo.com. If it ain't one of them three, okay, and those are the only three I'm gonna answer to. If you're not sure, go to blacksite32.com. All the rest of these guys trying to scam and pretend to be me. And some people have given them money, which really hurts. Because somebody emailed me, they're like, hey, I just sent you like $2,500 for that thing. I'm like, no, you didn't send it to me. You might want to try to get that back or cancel that transaction. Plus, why would you send me money? If you're going to send it to my PayPal. All my stuff is at the bottom of all my correspondences, bottom of all the videos. If it doesn't match that information, why? And pay attention. I don't even care if some clown out there has got James C. Lovett, whatever. If it ain't from blacksite32.com, it probably ain't me. Okay, so don't send these. There you go. Numinant record. That's what I was looking for. Awesome. Yes, that's what it was. Yeah, you can pull that whole record. I want to see it all. Yes, thank you for that. So yeah. NASA, never a straight answer. Yep. Oh, they've had people come forward who worked for them that said they've seen all kind of off-world things and bases and crazy stuff on the moon and air. One lady said, I used to airbrush those things out. She said it. She said, I'm retired now and I don't really care, but she said it. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Report them, report them, report them. Yep. Yeah, that's crazy. You're going to join my group and then try to scam from within my group. That's just crazy. That's crazy. So, yeah, don't send that clown nothing. All right, guys. That is it for me. My stomach is hungry. So I am going to go eat and relax. Chance book an appointment with you at 2 o'clock on Monday. You're going to send a Zoom link. Let me check my calendar. All right. All right. So send me an email to the same one, because I have that slot open, but I don't think it was confirmed yet on my side. So send me an email with all the information or hit reply. I might not have gotten it. Maybe that's why. So apologize for the lapse or delay or miscommunication. But we will take care of it as always. So to everybody, have a great Easter or holiday, week, month, life, all that, and then some. Thank you for being a part of this. Thank you for supporting me. Don't forget to hit that like button. And yes, oh, you're welcome for the Sunday surprise. Well, yeah, it's mostly because A-6 is taking a little quick breaky break. So you want to make sure that his people were covered. And I know most of the people on his channel are on mine and vice versa. So that is awesome. So and I haven't done a Sunday in a while because I like to make sure that we don't compete at the same time, like I don't want people like, so he does his and I usually do mine either Monday or Tuesday, to which I may be doing one tomorrow or Tuesday. Yeah, I don't know. I'll put it up. If I find something fire, I'll put it up as soon as I know. So let's see. Okay, shots going out to the Jump Out girls. Thank you, ladies, for supporting as always. Everybody have a great night. Yeah, don't forget. Yeah, don't be getting scammed by these people. In these groups and whatever else. Like, unless I promote the exact email or website. And for the love of God, if you're not sure this person's asking you for money or anything confidential, it's not me. I don't want any of your confidential information. I don't want any of your bank account numbers. I don't want any of that stuff. Nope. So, all right, what else we got here? Bryant, Troy, Cherokee, Steven, all of you guys, thank you guys. Like I said, Silent, Small, Wellness, Nefertiti, Root Words, Body 25, Gertra, Hood Science, Carissa, Jersey 201, Phoenix. Thank you guys all. So what do you got? Steady Shots, Lord Master, DEA, Julie, Sugar G Main, Rights Camera Action. I like that. That's pretty cool. DeBoy. All of you guys, thank you. I will continue to bring you guys fire information. Hopefully, guys, you like this impromptu live. Sorry, I didn't have a whole lot of additional information ready to go, but we will have more stuff coming your way. So take care of yourselves. Stay healthy. Try to drink filtered water, especially out of a copper vessel if you can. And so let's see. We're going to be talking about the treaties on arrest. We're going to be talking about for those people who just got their passport within the last year and want to do a name change so you can create a private name. We're going to show a little bit about where you can get your trust done for either cheap or free. Can't read my own writing, so give me a second here. We're going to talk about looking up what is cash value insurance, and getting the trust name on the bank account. Okay. And I see Julie mentioned bill of attainder. Yes, look up that. Bill of attainder. Yes, that is fire as well. So that's it, guys. I'm off to see the wizard. All right. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you for making my Easter filled with family and friends. And although Nefertiti, these videos will be coming out this week. All right. So yeah, I try to do videos now the beginning of the month and at the end of the month. And I'll try to do some lives in between. So they are coming. We got you guys. Krissa, also, thank you. Thank you for that. All right. You guys go take care of yourselves. And I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Nothing but positive energy to everybody. May everybody be blessed and positive energy to all the natives. Remember, you guys are all natives to the state, your nationalities. So to all the natives out there, thank you guys. Continue to keep doing what you're doing. Yes. I didn't get into that queue, but yep, that's a good reason to do your Numinant file. Pull the whole thing. And then, I don't know, educational information only. If you pull the file and you see something on there you didn't know about, I'm sure the IRS and the state would like to know about that. And I happen to hear from somebody who may or may not have worked for the IRS that if you find fraud and you report it, the IRS will cut you a check. They will give you a percentage of whatever they retrieve. And they're good at retrieval. So here's a little goodie for you, a little gem drop. I'll talk to you guys later. Wolf's out. Woo!